Relief for one family tonight after their son
in Hinnant in Wilson. I know you'll remember this. This was an absolutely shocking crime. The little boy was shot by Sessom. Sessom just walked up to him and shot him while he was riding his bike.
What is going on, everybody? It's your boy Joel Davis Media Network. This case right here, a lot of people that follow me know about this case and how I felt about this. This is Darius Sessoms. Darius Sessoms decided 2 years ago during the summer of love, now going on 3 by this time, to take a weapon and shoot a unarmed white kid that has been in his yard, played with his kids. His stepdad, I want to say, even has ate together and hung with him in Wilson, North Carolina, in the head for no apparent reason. Reason why I talk about this case like this is because this is the case that during the summer of love, we had black folks from Blackistan at the time with that mindset, aka all black lives matter, not lives, lives matter, that it was okay to kill this kid. They celebrated it. They thought it was cool. That's when I knew right then it was time for my ass to be a conservative. That's when I knew right then I answered the call to leave the Democratic, aka liberal, bullshit party. And since then, I think about that little boy every day. And the reason why I think about that little boy every day because that little boy could have been my little boy. Could have been my nephew. Could have been my little cousin. He could have been my little neighbor. Could have been my godson. He could have been me if God was to have the roles reversed. And to hear despicable people say F that kid during the summer of love, celebrating a drug-infused professional criminal who by no means deserve 80 to 100 statues. You're just as bad as the killer himself. That's why when I hear about this young man, my heart bleeds for his family. Do you know his mother didn't get one interview? Not one interview from any of these so-called civil rights hustlers. I think the NAACP gave her a call and said, you know what? I know that you're not black, but this is a child. Let's try to get justice for this young man. Do you think Benjamin Crump sent her an email or even drove to her house to say, let me take this case so I can make sure that you get justice? Do you think that what's his face? Grandpa in chief, they can't remember shit. Biden, you think he came through and gave her a call and said, listen, I'm running for president right now, but this is despicable. This is horrible. This is sickening. Let me see what I can do to make sure you and your family get the help you need to go through this. They didn't get none of that. Nope, they didn't. She got maybe one interview local, and she had to pick up the pieces with the help of hopefully family and strong people around her. You see how fucked up this sounds, guys? That's why I do these videos, because I want people to understand something. That we do have people that go through real trauma, that lose their children or lose their loved one off of selfish, twisted, evil bullshit. And nobody cares because people are too busy doing what? Trying to juggle the racial card every chance they get. Again, I guarantee you, when you see me do this report and you see this for the first time, bet you none of you ever heard of this case. Keep this in your mind now. Cannon Hinnant. He would have been 7 years old, going on 8 this year, if he would have lived. I want you to put this in your mind now. Cannon Hinnant. An innocent young boy. I want you to think about if he's a glacier glider. I want you to think about if he's an Asian persuasion, if he's part of the burrito clique. I want you to think about if he's part of, you know what I'm saying, the Haddish Jewish connection, or the freaking uh, you know, Red Dot family. I want you to understand what I'm saying here. Or Blackistan, I want you to understand the words coming out of my mouth. This kid was 5 years old, and life got cut short because of foolishness.
Judge sentencing Sessoms to life in prison without the possibility of parole. Cannon's mom has been pushing for Sessoms to get the death penalty instead.
Shout out to that young man's mother. She was pushing for him to get the death penalty. And I know a lot of people are saying, well, you know, it shouldn't be like that. We should be more forgiving. Bullshit. You took this woman's child. Now she's got to go through the rest of her life looking at pictures, thinking about the first 5 years that she had of her with her child. She has to figure out what he would have might have become if he wouldn't have gotten selected by a murderous monster for whatever reason to go away. And I don't want to hear this shit about, well, Joel, man, you know, I get so tired of seeing our brothers getting life in prison. He should he should at least got 25 and got a ticket. No, fuck that. This guy was a well-known criminal, repeated offender, shouldn't have been out to begin with. The child didn't deserve this. That's why he's looking defeated right now in handcuffs, because he knew the child didn't deserve it. I don't give a damn how much illegal activity that you participate in to free your mind. But when you get to the point that you are taking people's lives with it, you deserve everything that you get. I don't care. You are not God. And that day you played God. And guess what? Now you're going to have to go up here and answer the call. And I hope that while he's in there, that he has the most horrific time in there. And let me tell you why I say I hope he has the most horrific time in there. When I'm saying horrific, I'm not talking about physical. Because see, physical, that's easy. Everybody can get, you know, roughed up, messed around, messed up, you know, whatever. I'm talking about mental. I'm talking about every time he see them 4 walls and he lay his head down. I hope that kid pops in his head. I hope every time he goes and eat chow and he looks away from anyone he's talking to, that young man is right there in his visual. I hope that this young man haunts this man so bad that all he wants to do is go and die. So if Cannon Hinnant's mother sees this broadcast, because I did try to reach out to her and told her about how I felt about what happened to her son through her husband, the man that helped raise this child. Sometimes death is too easy because everybody know life is hard, right? Because life is a challenge, and sometimes life is just the best thing for someone like this, because with death, all he has to do is close his eyes, get an injection, and he's going to either heaven. Well, we already know possibly where he would go, but we're not judge a jury on that. But you're either going to go to heaven or hell. But the worst part is when you are alive and you don't have that option and you have to live in your own personal hell. See, people never think about that. Hell on earth is a whole lot worse than an eternal hell. And hopefully that's what I hope he's going through right now. I hope he's going through an eternal hell. Like internally getting defeated because he know that he will never, ever have the opportunity to see the light of day. That his loved ones now will die around him to the point that he won't get any more letters. He won't get any commissary requests. He won't get anyone coming to see him. Because see, what people don't understand is when you do life in prison, and I hear this from a lot of people in my family that have worked in the prison system for years, your family slowly start forgetting about you. Like you already dead. That's the worst thing. You could be alive and your family treat you like you already dead. That's a hurtful feeling, man. That really is. So Cannon's mother, this may be the best justice that you can ask for because A, he ain't gonna hurt nobody on the streets anymore, and B, he's gonna have to live with the fact he'll never get out. Never. All right, y'all. Let's jump into the next category of stuff that's going on. Again, y'all, please remember this is fair use, fair use, fair use that I'm about to show y'all. All right? Fair use. I have to put that out there.
This is not about the merits of the law. This is purely about the constitutionality.
The Kankakee County State's Attorney attorney arguing that the Safety Act violates the state constitution in half a dozen ways, including eliminating cash bail, and that it must be struck down. He highlighted one of the new changes on detainment quietly passed by the legislature after the election.
If you live in the state of Illinois, man, I feel bad for you right now. And I hope that you got a New Year's resolution to get your ass out of the state of Illinois. If you have not heard, starting today is Purge Day for the state of Illinois. If you are a criminal, you are as happy as a pig in shit. No bullshit. I'm just being honest with you. Now, a lot of people are like, oh, it's not that big of a deal. The purge, y'all exaggerating. Are we really exaggerating? Are we? Because right now, I can go through a lot of stories in the state of Illinois, in the city of Chicago, where people's lives have been ruined to the point of no return because of this reckless behavior from the so-called mayor who don't want to step it up and protect the citizens. So how you think it's going to work now with a no cash bail? Do you know what kind of things you can get into with a no cash bail? And not to mention now, y'all just said it takes 2 days before you can even locate the suspect if they want it. So think about that. No cash bail. The criminal got more leeway than you do. The criminal is important, not you, not the taxpayer. Fuck you, taxpayer. It's all about the criminal. Come on, man. You know good and damn well that Fortron gotta go out here and steal everything he get his hands on at the local mall and take it to his car and take off. You gotta give him 2 days to figure it out. And you can't make this shit up, man. Let's continue.
You've got to let people out, everyone out, after 90 days, which they doubled down on in their last 300 pages.
All right. I want you to think about what this man is saying. After 90 days of staying in jail, they have to let them out. Okay? Unless it's one of those major crimes we went over. But usually you let them out.
You see, the 90-day provision is crucial here.
Jim Rowe arguing in a case that consolidates 65 lawsuits challenging the Safety Act and waiving a copy of the 765-page law. He says it was rushed through the legislature by Democrats, and by eliminating cash bail, it takes away judicial options for detaining criminals.
The legislature, again, has put its hand on your gavel. They've exercised your discretion for you. They've substituted your judgment for their own. Victims be damned.
Now, y'all remember in this broadcast that I told you on the former past broadcast, there was a brother that was part of the aka a son man that was a part of the legislative group of Chicago that passed and pushed for this law, this liberal. He said that too many son men and son women were getting locked up and having to pay high ass bonds that they couldn't afford on the misdemeanors and free the guys. Well, this is where it gets hilarious because these same folks that you freeing when they see you on the street, you got something they want, you think they're gonna be like, damn, man, you the guy that got me free, right? Yeah. Hey, bro, I appreciate you, man. You know, I'm not gonna stick you up today. You know, with that nice Rolex and the nice pinky ring chain, on ring set you got. I'm not even gonna do that, bro. You know what I mean? I'm just gonna let you slide because you important. You know, we gotta make sure you stay safe. And fuck that. They're not doing that. They're gonna proceed on and do criminal things. Cause that's what criminals do. They have no conscience. Why should they? I mean, hell, if I'm committing every damn crime under the sun, including deletions, I have nothing to worry about when I go ready to go to jail because I know that it ain't gonna take me but a couple of days. I'll be walking out on my own self-recognizance. Man, shit. Somebody, anybody, get y'all a better ass governor than the one y'all got in there right now. Get rid of this JB clown. This dude is a fucking tool.
And
Mr. Rowe delivered a very powerful opening statement, and I can tell quite clearly that he thinks that the Safety Act is a very bad law, very bad on the policy. But what I didn't hear a lot about was about the Constitution.
The Illinois Attorney General's office then proceeding to dissect the plaintiff's argument one by one, arguing it's not up to the judge to declare.
You better play that one
The
more
law
time.
void now.
The fact that plaintiffs may have identified
I want y'all to think what he just said. He said it's not up to the judge to make the law the way it is now. Again, stop the cap. The judge's job is to analyze the arguments coming from both sides, prosecution, or either that, the defense, if the guy can afford a lawyer, public defender, or himself if he's representing. And he is supposed to do what's in the best interest of not only the court of law, but also the best interest of the citizens and the victims that's involved. Because usually it's a victim involved, right? So what the fuck are you talking about? He didn't mention anything about the Constitution. The Constitution already clearly states that you're innocent until proven guilty. But that's part of due process. Oh yeah, you forgot about that part, didn't you? I guess you didn't read that part, sir. It's due process. If the judge hears the arguments and say, yo, I can't let this fool out, it is what it is. Nah, you just trying to make sure that you keep them wokians fucking happy. I guarantee you half of these wokies don't even know half the laws that y'all got out here. I bet they don't even read them. Man, we are in trouble.
some circumstances of their own where there might be questions about the constitutionality of the act does not mean it's your job to decide them now. Rather, those questions can be decided when they actually arise in real criminal cases.
Judge Thomas Cunnington said he would take this case under advisement, calling this a monumental decision. He said he hopes to issue a written ruling by December 28th. The new provisions of the Safety Act go into effect January 1st. In Kankakee, Craig Wall, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
This is what's going on right now in the state of Illinois. So imagine that. You rolling up and there's a good chance that someone, a rank stranger you don't know shit about, can violate your property, sit up a tent, cook some flapjacks, maybe some fucking sausage and bacon. your wife is trying to maybe get some sun in the springtime, and he's on the property waving at her, winking at her. Or God forbid, some of you working women out here that have a Mr. Mom, this weird ass chick that you don't know nothing about, is winking at your old man, smiling, laughing on your property. And when you try to get them to go, they look at you with a menacing face and say, I ain't going nowhere. Did you hear about the new law? You're going to have to deal with this shit. And when you do call them, I got 2 full days to get away. Fuck is this? Man, I don't know, man. I think Chicago is trying to impress California. Fuck. We don't do this shit down south, man. You will never, ever hear of a southern city and / state, even as full as North Carolina is right now, with liberals. You'll never hear this shit. Never. Wow. That's like crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Uh-uh. All right, guys. It's the last one today. For now. Before we get in tomorrow, it's coming out of New York, bro. I don't know what's going on with New York, but they losing their damn mind over there, man. I think they in competition with Illinois. I mean, this right here is oh man. I mean, I don't know, man. I'm starting to really say the following. If you're not happy in your marriage, do me a favor and leave the motherfucker. Cause y'all women and men are doing too much. I don't know what is wrong with y'all, but y'all are doing too damn much. Y'all need to do that. If you're not happy, leave the marriage. Go ahead on, pack your little overnight bag to your mama house, your brother house, sister house, whatever. Tell the spouse it's over. And when they ask you why you don't want to fight for it, just look them directly in the eye and say, you know why? You know why I'm not fighting for it this time, buddy? Because I don't want us both to be on ID channel. So that's all you got to do. And they'll understand. Okay, I understand now. Y'all doing too much, bro. God almighty. I ain't never seen no shit like this. I don't know what y'all people own out here, but y'all need to leave that shit alone. For real. Let's go put this on here. All right, hold on, guys. I'll let her tell the story. Nicole Johnson is going to tell the story for us.
MTA saying that the husband accused in all of this, he is an MTA bus driver. The MTA saying that he's being held out of service pending the outcome of this investigation. This all happened right behind me here this morning. Witnesses say that the husband was behind the wheel and he was headed straight for his wife. This grainy surveillance video, police say, shows a husband running over his wife with the family's SUV. We are stopping the video right there. Do
you know how damn mad you gotta be to run over your spouse with an SUV? Usually women do that shit. I'm just saying, women usually the ones that get upset, jump in the wheel, and run over the husband. this cat here, he had a bitch tendency. Again, bro, why didn't you just leave? Because now this is what happens when you do stupid shit like this. And just say, for instance, the wife is now in the hospital. Maybe she's in a coma. I don't know the situation just yet. But let's say the wife dies. The attempted murder charge upgrades to murder. So now your ass now is got a murder charge over your head. You done lost access to your children. You done lost your good job at MTA. Because them boys them people over there driving them buses in New York. Listen, driving buses in New York and driving the garbage truck or helping out getting garbage in New York, you get money. You get money. You get money. I think the garbage truck people, that was 5 years ago, was clocking 110,000. And I'm quite sure with the increase of all this inflation, they're probably clocking about 135,000 a year. And let me tell you something, in New York, 135,000 a year is like equal in the South to like 80,000. Because that's not really a whole lot of money, because the cost of living there is fucking high as giraffe's ass. If you want to get a decent apartment in New York, and I think it's a 3-bedroom apartment, you gonna spend like literally about 4,500. No, I think more than that. Excuse me. Let me rephrase that. Yeah, 4,500 to 5,500 a month. Depends on where you staying at in New York. I mean, they do apartments over there. They don't do no brick and mortar houses. Everybody do apartments over there because apartments are so large that, if you want the standard, I think 2,000 square foot house or 1,500 square foot house, that in New York, that's what you breaking off. You break it off between 4,500 to 5,800 a month. That's just what it is. So, if you want to move to the big city, as they say, the Big Apple, you better be prepared to pay that Apple ass money, because it ain't cheap.
Entire time with the couple's 3 boys, ages 6, 9, and 11, in the back seat. It appears that
Now you got 3 little boys, 6, 9, and 11. I want y'all to think about this at 6, 9, and 11. Look how traumatic that's going to affect the children. And these young boys can grow up and exert that kind of violence towards the people they're in a relationship with. See, people don't think like this. When you do violence in front of children adapt to what they see. So if they see mommy and daddy fussing and fighting, and daddy always gnawing on mama's ass with physical abuse, they're going to do the same thing in their relationship because they think that's okay. That's normal. Well, that's how you show love. Dad did it. So, again, this is disgusting. I hope this dude don't even get his kids back ever again, because he's just a disgusting human being so far. Wow.
36-year-old husband then lost control of the vehicle and it flipped over.
I'm very hurt, so, oh my God. It's just crazy. Crazy.
Police responded to a 911 call about a person hit by a car here at the corner of Franklin Avenue and Parsons Boulevard in Flushing around 5:30 Tuesday morning.
Again, nice neighborhood. Seemed like it. The suburban neighborhoods in New York, in the city, is not like our suburban neighborhood down south where you got green grass and nice acreage of land. No, it don't work that way. Over there, everybody damn near jammed into each other like sardines. But it's still a nice looking area. So it's a culture shock for them. They don't probably see nothing like this. This guy went up here and damn, he got rust spots on that mug. So he was struggling, financially probably. Went out here and damn near tried to kill the woman. For what? What is it that got you so mad you got to start killing people? Oh, man.
Officers arrived, they found this Ford Explorer flipped on its side in the front yard of this house. Police say the husband's actions were deliberate and dangerous. Neighbors who live in the area are in shock.
I'm speechless. I just saw it on the news like right now. I didn't know that it happened like right here. Heartbroken.
Sources working the case tell Pix 11 News the couple has a history of domestic violence. The 41-year-old mother and wife was very public about surviving abuse. As far
All right, so you're in a relationship where you getting your ass towed up. You keep saying that you're very outspoken about the abuse or about you're not standing for abuse. Common sense do apply. Apply that shit to what you're preaching. Get the fuck out. There's records that y'all done had call police on each other, especially for the sake of the kids. I'm quite sure any police officer would have went through and been like, yo, we got you. We got you to safe haven. Oh, man. This is getting to be absolutely crazy in this story here. Wow. The woman was an activist for domestic violence, but yet still she continued to stay in a relationship that was a public record filled with domestic violence. Wow, it's a lot.
as what led up to this is still unclear.
Beyond sad at this point because it's an epidemic in this country, you know, and it's sad that children have to suffer because of.
I don't know if that's a mole or what. I think that's mole. I thought it was tattoo, but you know, that's crazy. It's really crazy. Mm, 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 mm.
Adults.
As neighbors pray for the victim to pull through, they are also concerned about the 3 children and what they witnessed and the lasting effects it will have on them.
Social workers have got to do something here.
Tuesday afternoon, the family's vehicle, allegedly used as a weapon, is now a part of this investigation. And the mother is still in critical condition at a hospital. The 3 children were not hurt. They are expected to be okay physically, emotionally. Is a different story again. Sources are telling us that the husband, the man behind the wheel, well, he's an MTA bus driver. Sources also say that he's being held at the 109 precinct. Charges against him are still pending.
Ooh, pretty colors.
So y'all saw that, y'all heard that. She is in critical condition. You know what's sad too about his situation is that when she pulls through this, he will still have as much flack on him legally. And in some of that flack, he might feel better that he should have just went on and and maybe he should have did a whole lot of self deletion. Cause man, this is crazy. This is so sad. Well, guys, that's all I got for you tonight. And when I bring you these stories, first up, with the story with Ken and Hinnant, it just goes to show you that people level of evil goes beyond your wildest dreams. And the next thing I wanted to say about the second story is you got to be careful how you move, how you do things. And last but not least, the final story I was just shocked. Still is. All I can tell you on that last story, ladies and gentlemen, if you're not happy in a relationship and the kids are grown or almost grown, just go. Because nobody should be in a situation, especially if their health is not doing good. But yeah, I had to give a moment of silence for the victim, man. I just these victims tonight. I had to. That's why I was just praying beforehand. But anyway, guys, if you enjoy this content and you hung out this long, please do me a favor. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell up top. Please like and share. Please like and share. Thank you very much. With that being said, I'm taking my black ass out of here.